there, welcome back to the vlog. So yesterday I was talking to somebody, they had a question about vlogging on YouTube, and the question was, what advice I would give to somebody who was, getting started. And my response to this was basically, just do what you can, have fun with it, don't take it too seriously, and, don't worry about putting out an imperfect video. Now, this caused a bit of a discussion, and, the basic argument was that you should always put out your best work. And the net result of this was the person that was arguing it was also struggling, where they would sometimes not put out any work because they didn't think it was their best work or their perfect work. And if nothing's ever perfect, then basically the entire process gets paralyzed. Now, I've been here myself. Long-time followers of this vlog will know that A, I make mistakes, B, I often embrace those mistakes. They become part of the video, or I put like corrective text over the video, or sometimes if it's a funny blooper, then rather than re-record the entire video or cut that stuff out, I'll just shunt it to the end of the vlog and it goes in the bloopers section, which shows up from time to time. As an example outside of YouTube, where you don't do things because you think that you're not good enough or that the end result is not going to be good enough, I'm going to tell a little story. So, as people know, I've spoken on stages around the world, and for the longest time, I would not speak on stage. And the reason was, number one, I was scared of what other people were going to think. And number two, I was worried that I wasn't going to be good enough to be on stage. So as a result, I, for the longest time, didn't do anything. And it was only in really recent years that I started doing live talking again. And the reason I did this was because somebody basically showed me something that skewed how I looked at things. Take one of the arguably greatest stage people of recent times.
A widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not three separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. And here it is. No. Actually, here it is, but we're going to leave it there for now.
Now, people seem to remember Steve Jobs as being like a confident speaker, that, he was in charge of the stage that he was operating on, that he knew how to handle hecklers and insults and things like this. But the same principle still applies. Like, in the early days, he was like mortally terrified of doing, interviews.
That'd be good. You need to tell me where the restroom is too, because I'm deathly ill actually and ready to throw up at any moment.
Like, everything requires practice. We often forget that when we're born, we don't know how to do anything, and everything that we do is done through repetition and reinforcement of doing the same actions over and over, and ultimately we become good. And vlogging on YouTube or any other platform, is no different. So everybody starts at zero. Everybody has to basically practice something. And even if somebody comes in already having some of those, requisite skills like good speaking, good camera and photography, good sound, like that is still something that they had to practice elsewhere before they could apply it here. So, there's no getting around the fact that in order to do anything well, you have to put in the time and the practice. I always leave my early videos up here Not so much that I want to look at them, because basically I cringe at almost every video I've ever made once it gets over a certain point. Normally it's about 3 months or thereabouts, because what happens is I start picking holes in it, going like, well, that I had to change, and this I had to change, and this was not right. So I'm always doing that regardless anyway, but it does mean that when I look at my old stuff, I'm like, ugh, yeah. But I do leave it there as a reference point, because it does allow me to see what has improved, and also just to show other people that, look, I might seem confident in front of the camera now, but that wasn't the case back at the beginning. Like the first 50 videos or so, that was scary to me as well. I did worry about what people think. Now I don't really worry about what people think. I just try to make sure that I do something that is at least going to either provide value or entertainment, and sometimes both. So I don't worry about this stuff too much. This really, to tie all this back together again, I've never hit the problem of not uploading because I didn't think something was not good enough. My mindset is basically that as long as I put out something, even if it is not my greatest work or it has mistakes in there, it's still practice. Like, you didn't learn to walk one day and then walk forevermore. Like, there were days where you stumbled and you fell, and there's always still going to be these incidents. I guess, to sign off here, it's really a case of, if you keep doing something, it doesn't matter if you're bad at it, but like, if you keep doing it, then you will get the payoff eventually. And so for those who are doing vlogging or want to do vlogging, but they can't even start because they think they're not good enough, or they have started and they're not putting out videos because they think that they're not good enough, like, yeah, I don't subscribe to that. I understand why some people would, but yeah, I don't. And I honestly think that just doing it is, the best thing. As much as I hate Nike, the "just do it" slogan actually, in this particular case, does fit very well. Anyway, if you like these, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Speak to you soon.